Checkpoints is presented by pharmaceutical company GM Pharma.
Revaz Vashakidze, the founder of Chirina, responds to the recent developments in the country, noting that first step needs to be taken in the arrest of police officers and other individuals suspected of violence. Only after these measures can discussions about scheduling new elections be appropriate. In addition, during a special broadcast of Business Weekly, Revaz Vashakidze emphasized that in the current situation persists, the private sector in Georgia faces a green future which could lead to the businesses shutting down and business owners leaving the country. We already have a civil war in Tbilisi and across Georgia. A civil war happens when one part of a nation fights another, and that's exactly what we are seeing. The scale might seem small now, but it will escalate. I'm 70 years old, and we are only one step away from some citizens picking up automatic weapons and firing. We are in a very dangerous zone. As for business development, we are likely heading towards a very bleak outcome. There will probably be no development at all. And if a civil war breaks out, many of us will leave Georgia and shut down our businesses. This is the future we face. De-escalation must be the government's priority. Those police officers or civilians beating people must be arrested. The Minister of Internal Affairs and other officials need to be replaced. Only after these steps can we discuss whether the remaining population has the will to take action. In my view, after the current circumstances, any talk of election is futile because elections cannot be held in such conditions, Revaz Vashakidze said on the Business Weekly broadcast. Shalva Alaverdashvili, the chairman of the Association of Restaurants and Hotels, said that new elections should be held in Georgia to de-escalate the situation. As Alaverdashvili stated during a special broadcast on Business Weekly, 70% of hotels in Tbilisi are completely empty and business is still in self-preservation mood. It has become quite difficult to wake up every morning and hear from friends and relatives that they should be careful. This country can't move forward like this. This is not Russia, this is not Belarus, this is not any other country, this is Georgia, and you can't live like this here. There is a different mentality here. As for business and tourism, you know that it's the most fragile business and everything seems to change instantly. Today, I can already say that almost 70% of Tbilisi hotels are absolutely empty. There are no guests. We are still discussing on Sunday what to do, how to keep the staff, and then what the solution will be. The number of bookings is at a very level that they will not even cover the cost of living. I don't know how much this business has to go through. Stability and peace are very important to us, and the sooner we find a solution, the sooner we'll be able to restore this sector, Alaverdashvili said. GPI Holding General Director Pavel Lomadze notes that given the current situation in the country, the de facto government is obliged to take a step towards the de-escalation in order to prevent the country from entering a severe crisis. Lomadze stated this in a special broadcast of TV program Business Weekly. Pavel Lomadze stated that the rule of single political party crackdown on demonstrators and the current situation in the courts are un-European, which distances the country from European future. As a representative of Austrian company in Georgia, I will not talk about this since European integration is part of our genetics. But what breaks our heart is that everything that is happening in Georgia today is becoming un-European. There is a single party rule. There are big problems in the courts. Demonstrators are being cancelled in a terrible, brutal manner on the streets. Gang formations are running around the streets. Everything is abnormal. The first thing that needs to be done firmly is to stop these raids and release the prisoners, and this must be done quickly. Then we must move on the process of de-escalation and finding long-term compromises, said Pavel Lomadze, General Director of GPI Holding, on the air of Business Weekly program. Giorgi Margvelashvili, founder of Tbilisi, deeply believes that the society and business need to be attentive due to the given situation in the country. A brilliant part of the society stands at the rallies, and I am proud to see them. I'm proud to be there too, Margvelashvili said. According to him, businessmen are accustomed to obligations. The business sector is currently fulfilling its obligation to the state honestly, while the state is failing to fulfill its fundamental obligations including safety of its citizens. Today, walking around Tbilisi at night has become dangerous. I have to think about safe routes to get home. When I'm out in the city with my children, my friends' children or their families, I don't feel safe. I hope the government fulfills its obligation and protects the safety of its citizens, Giorgi Margvelashvili said in BMG TV's program Business Weekly. Kirke Abramishvili, co-founder of Data Center Solutions, urges the business for unity. As he stated in a special broadcast of Business Weekly, the business community should understand its role in the country more, and the government should fulfill the orders of both business and citizens. We should get out of this post-Soviet syndrome. We must understand that we are creating wealth in this country with our taxes of 27 billion lari. Business solves the problems of the citizens, and so business is not a vessel of the government. We are first and foremost creators, and everything loses its meaning. What is the point when they take away our dignity, take away our freedom? No amount of money and prosperity can outweigh this. I think the main thing is to unite and set an example for everyone, for the rest of the business. We have this power. This country is ours, not the government, and we shouldn't be their vassals. The solution is ultimately that new elections should be held, Abramishvili said. Tbilisi Bank Deputy General Director Goga Tkhelidze echoes the ongoing processes in the country and calls on the government to punish violent groups. The detention centers and hospitals are filled with our children. There is no video evidence where young people are standing peacefully and are attacked by police officers. When a criminal gang brutally attacked media representatives and citizens, the patrol officers standing nearby didn't do anything protect them. So far, not a single violent police officer has been punished. Government, come to your senses. You are destroying the country, Goga Tkhelidze notes on social media. PSP Group condemns the violence during protests in various cities of Georgia, according to the statement issued by the group. As of the company must return to the legal path of joining the European Union. PSP Group, which employs more than 8,000 people, it's a fully fledged company serving the medical sector. Primary health care organizations are created to ensure the health of Georgian citizens, regardless of their political views, and their obligation is to provide uninterrupted medical services to the population so that they have access to the necessary medical services and medicines. We condemn the violence on the streets of Tbilisi and other cities of Georgia. We want our country to be thoroughly democratic and to return to the legal path of joining the European Union without interruption, the statement reads. The ceramics workshop Kirke has released a statement on social media in response to the ongoing events in the country. According to the post, they condemn violence against citizens and declare that Georgia will become part of Europe. Our customers are probably wondering why we don't have the New Year's mood as usual and why our page is not filled with positive posts. Company Kirke condemns all the forms of violence against every citizen and condemns ourselves obliged to take a clear position against violence. This is a time when we should all unite around one opinion. Georgia will definitely become part of Europe, the statement reads. Construction and renovation material company Nova has issued a statement regarding the recent developments in Georgia, noting that the company condemns violence and deeply believes that Georgia's European path is without an alternative. The statement notes that the company has been creating Georgian products with European standards and investments for many years. The relationship between Georgia and European Union began in 1991 when Georgia gained independence. Since 1991, the Georgian people have been trying to protect the very value that is expressed in these words: I'm Georgian and therefore I'm European. We have been creating Georgian products with European standards and investments for many years. These are the values that unite more than 1,000 Nova employees. These are the values that create the Nova company. We condemn violence and we believe that Georgia's European path does not have an alternative, this statement reads. Wishlist, one of the largest importers of European and American children's brands in Georgia, has issued a statement expressing solidarity with all these arrested in the peaceful protests. According to the company, it always stood for the right side, as its refusal to sell Russian products also confirms. We express solidarity with all those detained in peaceful protests and condemn all forms of violence against peaceful demonstrators. Since its inception, our company has chosen the European path, and our main partners are leading European and American companies. We have always stood on the side of the people, and this is very clearly visible in our activities after 2022. With the message, say no to Russian products and show your share of social responsibility. The company deliberately lost huge sales by refusing Russian wooden beds 2 years ago, but we are still proud of this decision. Regrettably, our competitors did not join this decision, and Russian wooden products are also actively sold in many shopping malls, online sites, and branded stores, the statement reads.
The Checkpoints is presented by pharmaceutical company GM Pharma.